ideally. Kaya nga, pagpresenta ng ebidensya ng plaintiff at ng defendant, uumpisahan niya from the beginning to the end. Kaya at sa inyo, ng mga judges dati at saka mga practitioners, ano nangyayari? Tatanungin nung interpreter yung plaintiff's witness. Halimbawa, nagbenta siya ng motorsiklo, let us say, for 250,000. Hindi nagbayad, 30 days credit. Idinimanda niya. Hindi sila nagkasundo sa stipulation of facts sa kaso. Ang gagawin, iprepresenta niya yung plaintiff. Anong tatanong ng abogado? Do you know the defendant in this case? 99% ng mga witness natin hindi magtitestigo ng English. Gusto nila Filipino. So, merong interpreter. So, do you know the defendant in this case? Nakikilala mo ba na sasaktol sa kasong ito? Opo. Yes, sir. Oh, why do you know him? Bakit mo siya nakikilala? Nagbenta ko kasi ako sa kanya ng motorsiklo, sir. Because, sir, I sold motorcycle to him. And then, when did this take place? Where did this take place? Who were present? If I show you a copy of the sales invoice that you mentioned, will you be able to recognize it? Showing to you the sales invoice. What relation does it have to the sales invoice that you mentioned? Anong relasyon nito? Parang kamag-anak, hindi yung magkamag-anak yan. So anyway, sabi niya, yes. And then, I would like to ask that the sales invoice be marked as our Exhibit A. So, matagal, Exhibit A. I would like to ask the name of the buyer be bracketed, marked Exhibit A-1. The name of the article, bracketed, marked Exhibit A-2. The name of the price of the article be bracketed, marked Exhibit A-3. The name of the buyer, signature of the buyer, be bracketed, marked Exhibit A-4. You know, so it takes a long time. When the defendant's time comes, ganun din naman. State your name and other... Because our rules is designed for a jury trial where the jury knows nothing about the case. But that's not true in our situation. We have a judge who has seen the pleadings, who has seen the affidavits attached in the criminal case, who knows what the case is about. Judges tell me, when I go there, because I've been going around the country, tell me that when they see especially in ordinary cases, when they see the complaint and when they see the answer and the annexes, they already know who will win the case. Yet it takes 3 to 5 years to decide that case because the judge has no control over the proceedings. It is the lawyers who dictate what evidence is going to hear. Dapat pwede nilang sabihin ng judge, teka muna, ang problema dito kung nagbayad o hindi. Ano bang ebidensya mo na nagbayad siya sa'yo? Your Honor, ito, meron siyang invoice dito. Oy, meron siyang invoice. Hindi ka pa raw bayad. Your Honor, bayad na ho yan. Ito ang check yung pinagbayad ko. Tingnan ko nga. Ay, meron siyang check eh. Bayad ka na raw. Your Honor, yan hong checking yan para sa ibang transaction. Para dito yan. Oh, oy, ibang transaction daw to. Hindi ho, yun yung transaction na yan. Meron pa ba kayong ebidensya? Wala na ho. Eh di, in a few minutes, the judge can decide the case. But you know, here, it will take 3 to 5 years to finish this case. Mag-a-appeal pa. So, in place of that, we are proposing a combined adversarial and inquisitorial system. What is the inquisitorial system? The inquisitorial system is actually the God's gift given to us on settling cases. When you go home, your children quarrel, 2 of them. What do? Well, do you say, oh, I will ask you to explain it first. Explain your side, argue it, you tell me your story. And then, so he begins. After 5 minutes, you say, reset, call again 3 months. No? Postpone 3 months. Oh, that's not the case. A true dispenser of justice is going to ask the questions that he needs to decide the case. Ask them. That's what we do. And you know, some children are articulate and some are not. It's the same case in our courts. Some lawyers are better than other lawyers. Some questions that are important for making a decision are not asked. And the judge in this process will be able to ask. So what do we propose? We propose a one-time hearing where all the parties will be present. This is something that is being done already, I'm not reinventing the wheel. I don't claim credit for this kind of system. The lawyers, the parties, the witnesses come together in some kind of a round table, and then the judge presides over it. He swears all the witnesses at the same time, all right? And the judge starts to ask questions, with questions shifting from one witness to the other. That is an authentic confrontation, see? And then the lawyers, this is the adversarial side, the lawyers are free to conduct cross-examinations of the witnesses. In ordinary cases, this will be done in a GP. And then the judge, on the same occasion, will make his decision. And do you know the advantage of that? The judge making his decision at the same time. He has the clearest picture of the case. Second, the public that listens to the witnesses as they testify will be observing the judge. And if it appears that one party is really lying, the judge will be deterred from saying, this party wins. That's precisely the value of public trial. But in our present system, they hardly meet. You present the plaintiff today, 1/4 of his testimony. After 4 months, 1/4. 4 months, 1/4. Later on, up to about cross-examination, etc. The plaintiff and the defendant will never meet. But here you will see the nuances of speech. The Bible says that conversation reveals the man. And that's the thing that, thank you very much for that question.
Maraming salamat po, yun na po yung huling katanungan ko. Salamat po, Justice Peralta.
Justice Lagman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Justice Abad, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
You are known to be an innovator in the Supreme Court. In the 3 years that you have been sitting as an Associate Justice, what have you done to declog the docket of the court?
The Supreme Court
The
itself?
Supreme Court itself.
Well, we prepared the internal rules that somewhat define some of the problems that we have there. But let me tell you that the Supreme Court's docket is not necessarily clogged.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court is the best performer in appellate courts.
Okay.
About, I think I would admire the previous justice because they changed the system so that we're able to dispose of our cases better than before. As a matter of fact, we are now eroding very quickly the past. You say that we have problems because we really have old cases that have not been decided.
Yes, that's it.
But you should look at how we dispose of new cases and how we decide them. I think we are doing it very efficiently, although it stands to be, what do you call that, further enhanced.
I think the problem is with the old cases which have been pending with the court for a long period.
Well, we have an agreement, I think the judges are complying with it, where we are now eroding on those old cases. I think that's really a shame that we have those cases. We know, we ourselves are embarrassed by those things, so we will work on it.
I see.
Thank you very much.
It's nice to hear that you're working on it. Okay. Now, you talked about impeachment also a while ago. In your opinion, did the impeachment of the former Chief Justice infringe on judicial independence?
Well, not really, not infringe.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so because
What
that's
is your
really
opinion on that?
that's really their function. Well, although the case is over, so now I can comment on it because I don't think there's any pending thing with us. What I did not agree with there is that the way the complaints were filed, the preparation of the complaint, I think was really hurriedly done and it was not somewhat indecent way. So I disagreed with that, and I think I joined the court in that kind of step. But I think that's past already.
Yes.
And I think as I said, we should
You have to move
forward.
Yeah, but we also want to know your thoughts
Well,
about
that's
it.
my
Because
thoughts.
you mentioned about
I'll stand
impeachment.
by that idea, by that position.
Okay. You were with the academe before, and you were the chairman of the bar examinations
Yes, Your Honor.
last year. Now, Annually, only at least 30% of the examinees pass the bar examinations. What do you think, Justice? Is this an indication of the low quality of legal education in our country?
Well, yes, I think so. I agree that